Mr. Shona, and today we're moving into products I recently purchased for the Camaro in the last month or two. It's all just been kind of stockpiling, so I got a lot of stuff to do to the Camaro. But I've been on the road with the race team a lot, so I'm finally back for a week. So like I said in my previous video, I'm trying to put together as many videos as I can while I'm here at home for your guys' entertainment. So today, I might break today's video into 2 parts to keep it from being a really long video. So there might be 2 parts to this video, just depending on how long I talk about these parts for. And then I'll do another video on the Camaro itself, how it's changed, and ask you guys if you guys have any good names for the car. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let's take a look at all my new car parts. Okay, YouTubers, so let's get into some Camaro parts. But if you're off work or just relaxing watching this video, grab yourself your drink of choice. I'm enjoying this nice Yingling here, and I hope you enjoy the video. So starting off, we're going to start off with the small stuff and move into the bigger stuff. If I talk for too long, we'll make 2 parts. So first up is this. I think I got it off of eBay, maybe Amazon. It's a 1.1 pound fire extinguisher. It's A, B, and C type. So if you got a project car and you've sunk a lot of money into a car that you've built by yourself or with some buddies or something, the last thing you want to do is have the vehicle catch fire and lose everything you've built. So I think I'm going to order another one of these and mount it in the back where I deleted my back seat and built a custom box. I'll mount one there, and then maybe this one will go on the passenger side of the center console. So it seems like fairly nice fire extinguisher. Hopefully I never have to use it, but we'll see. I'd rather have it and not need it than obviously not have it and need it. So I believe this was around 20 bucks, but don't quote me on that. Next up is a fuel filter for the Phytech system that I ordered. You guys will see that either at the end of this video or the beginning of the next video. So it's just an inline fuel filter, 6AN to run with all my new fuel line that I'm going to run. Placeable filter. So this would be nice. Don't want any gunk running through my lines, especially with how much the Phytech system costs and all of that. So I believe this was around $20 or $30 as well. If you have the Phytech, this is a good thing to purchase as well. Part number 80112. They also have a larger version as well. This is a 30 micron. So next up I have this, which I'm going to run my spark plug wires through. Spark plug wire loom organizer to keep the spark plugs off of the headers that I'm going to order, which are the Dyno Dawn 1 3/4 inch headers. Those are going to be nice and expensive, but well worth it. They're the best shorty headers that you can get for these cars. So I like the all black, and it's 2 pieces. You run your spark plug wires through there, close it up, and this mounts on the side of the valve cover right along next to it, and then the wires come out and go directly down to the spark plug. And then I also have another product that I'll show you here in a little bit. But this was from Summit. Majority of this is all from Summit Racing. Here's all the mounting hardware and everything as well. Then next up, these are just items for the new intake that I'm going to be running on it. This is just the air cleaner stud for the carburetor and air cleaner, or the Phytech unit, EFI. And then here's the cap for my dual intake. So that'll look nice instead of having like a wing nut or anything on top of it. Next up, I will also be running the Royal Purple engine break-in oil. It's got zinc additive. So this is really good stuff. I got 6 quarts of it, and then after I break in the engine, I'll drain it and put more in. So I think a case of 6 was around $55 if I remember correctly. Then next up, to go along with that spark plug wire loom organizer that I just showed you, are these heat sleeves. Now you can get the style that goes over the entire spark plug wire, but I don't think that looks good, and I want my engine bay not only to be safe but clean looking as well. So These, you can get these all over eBay, Summit, Jigs. I mean, they're spark plug wire protectors. This goes down over the boot and just kind of comes up just past where your headers are. So it protects it just in case the wire wants to lay on one of the headers. So these are really nice. I'll do a video on the install of these, how to make spark plug wires, and how to install all of these products as well. So these range anywhere from like $10 to like, I don't know, like $80, just depending on who you get them through and what they're made of and what temperature rating they're rated for and all of that good stuff. So if you guys haven't checked out my last Camaro video, me and my father did install the Turbo 350 into the car, and I had ordered a dustpan, or the dust cover, for the transmission through Summit Racing, as well as ARP bell housing bolts. These things worked perfect. They got smaller heads, really easy to install. Even the ones that are usually hard or harder to get to, it was actually pretty dang easy. So part number on these is 1290901. This is used on a Turbo 350 to a Gen 1 small block Chevy. So I'm sure it's useful for many other combinations, but that's what I use these for. So moving right along, as you guys know, if you follow my Camaro build videos, I am running this 6AN nylon braided fuel line with obviously black and red anodized AN fittings. And I was originally going to run a carburetor with a fuel pressure regulator and tap into that and put my fuel pressure gauge on that, which is what I have here. But since I'm running the Phytech EFI system now, it has its own built-in fuel pressure regulator, so I don't need it, the fuel pressure regulator, separately. So instead, I ordered this adapter. This is a 6AN flare fitting with the fitting for my fuel pressure regulator gauge, or fuel pressure gauge, sorry. So basically, I'm gonna tie this into the line and mount it somewhere on the wheel well, so even though the Phytech unit regulates it, the fuel pressure at what it needs to be, but I'll be able to keep an eye on it. So I got these. The part number for that is SUM Summit -220677 Bravo, and they have different sizes if you're running bigger fuel line or anything like that. So I wanted to run this just as a safety measure, so I can always keep an eye on that. Alright, that's just some more of the small stuff. Next up is this pipe plug fitting kit. This will go for the intake manifold that I'm running, because I don't have a heater core. I'm not running heater AC in my car, so I don't need the adapters for the heater core lines because I'm not running it. So I'm gonna take those out and plug them up with these fittings. I got them in black because it matches my intake manifold, because I have that NASCAR black crinkle edition RPM air gap. This is part number 8051 from Summit Racing. Then next up is an item that was on back order. Well, this item wasn't. This is a kick down cable adapter from Summit. There's the part number right there if you want to see it. And it is for this, which was on back order for, I think it was about a month. And I just got it in the mail the other day. Probably one of the coolest looking brackets I've seen. I really like them. But this mounts to the side of the EFI system. And then the throttle cable will go here. The transmission kickdown will go mounting on the bottom of it. And then your return spring's right here, dual return spring. You can adjust it all. You can buy adapters for it. You can slide this. And it just makes for a really clean, nice, smooth operating throttle cable operation and transmission kickdown cable. So I think it looks really good. I'm really excited to get this all installed on the vehicle and really see it come together. So these are not cheap though. You can get the knockoffs, I think, for about 20 or 30 bucks, but if I remember correctly, this together was around $70. The part number for this is right there, SUM for Summit -210239 BLK. They have it in a few different colors, so that's it for that. And then really that's it for the small stuff, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the video there. Okay everybody, so that's it as far as part one of my Camaro parts that I've ordered in the last month or two. Stay tuned for number two. This was all the smaller stuff. The next one will be the bigger stuff, and then I'll do a separate video for this Phytech EFI unit that I ordered. This is the 600 horsepower power adder edition, so you can run nitrous, a blower, a supercharger, or a turbocharger up to, I believe, 25 pounds of boost. So it's a really good system, and we'll do an unboxing of it so you guys can all see that. But stay tuned, and I hope you guys enjoy.